What we want to do here is separate the signal from the noise. So I want to ask the panelists here, this is 2026. Tell us what's real. What's real in physical AI in 2026? What do you plan to execute? What are we building? How do we get to real ROI?
Right. I can take a little stab at that. How we're applying that, I would say, at least from my standpoint, I spend a lot of time in the defense world, right? Dual use defense tech. One of the real applications, obviously, is autonomy, right? So building out those vision models, like Florin said, right? It used to be those computer vision models, but that data tagging and how to use that to help vehicles, whether that's in the air, whether that's underwater, whether that's ground vehicles. And even Madhu, we were talking about robotics on the engineering floors. So I think as we teach kids a way to apply from school, how am I applying to a job that's doing good? The more we get to those autonomous language models and they're the smarter and are able to interact with one another in a safe way, right? We sort of framed this as the open claw, which is how do we create this machine speaking to machine, but doing that in the framework of a very safe environment. I think that's another real application that has to come alongside of our capabilities, is how do we have them collect to one another, but do that in a real safe way. I think that's been something that from the investment standpoint, we're really interested in. How do we create inside of safe guardrails?
Yeah, I think, Sanjay, I would say that what is the current state of physical AI, if you ask me, right? I mean, there are some things that actually are value, but physical AI, I would say that it's still very early stages, evolving. There are quite a few aspects to it, right? But I think what we have, if you ask what we have achieved so far, is we have achieved a significant progress around physical AI in a clean lab sort of an environment, right? Maybe in a proof of concept, maybe a little bit of pilots, right? But in real manufacturing world, I would say that even like physical world, right? When we think about manufacturing, I do see that there are challenges, right? Everything changes because you're talking about, the gravity aspect of it, the human element, the safety element, what Melissa talked about. I think it's just messy, right? From an ROI perspective, right? There are use cases, but they are still evolving when it comes to physical AI when we think about an ROI. But there are some hurdles that they need to get through, right?